Hello Internet, and welcome to another video of me using this interesting looking team. Now this is, again, another modified version of the Lipid Brillium team. They came from, like I said in the last video, talks with my good friend Ben, as to how we can sort of change it up and, maybe make it a little bit more solid. Now, I learned some, if you just watched that last video, watched it yesterday or whatever, I've learned some things from that video. Don't rely so much on overheat because it tends to miss every single time. Also people kind of expect Suicune to not necessarily protect as well, which is very interesting when I do have Protect on Suicune. It's like, maybe like a Cresselia having Protect. It can actually do a bit of work because no one expects it to have Protect, and you can basically burn up a double target on it. But basically, yeah, we'll get into some battles. I want to try and redeem myself from that last terrible battle from, the end of yesterday's video. But, yeah, this is an interesting team. I mean, it's like, I'm kind of a fan of cores. So I do like the fire, water, grass core that we've got, and the dark fighting psychic core that we've got here as well. So I'm quite fond of all this that's going on. But we've got Rain here now. Now again, I am inexperienced using this team. I've only done a few battles with this. So what can we do against Rain? Because I mean, Thunderous Therian was maybe a little bit of a problem with my own Thunderous normal form. Because it can't really do anything to it, well, apart from Hidden Power Ice. But how can I deal with Rain here? Because I've got Rotom and Terrakion weak to Rain. I think I'm definitely going to want Suicune here, but it is threatened by the Ludicolo as well. So how is he going to lead this? This is, I don't know, this is interesting. I'm going to go with Brillium, and I'm going to go with... This Thunderous could be a problem too. I'm gonna go with. Do I want Lipid here? I don't know. I'm gonna go with Suicune, although he might lead with the Thunderous. The Thunderous might be scarfed, but I don't know. We'll see how this plays out. With the other version, it is nice to have the Thunderous with the Prankster Thunderwave to know that I can sort of neutralize a Ludicolo like this, because if this Ludicolo is paralyzed and it isn't sort of swift swimming away, then Terrakion's really quite good here. So I kind of do want to take Terrakion, but I think I'll take Metagross as well. But I'm gonna have to watch out for this Ludicolo, I think. Yeah, and here it is. Yeah, see, he has just gone with the Rain mode here. He might. I mean, they could just double protect. I do want Protect Brillium because I want to keep the Sash. But that is pretty obvious, so he's probably just going to protect. He's probably just going to fake out my Suicune instead. But neither of these threaten Suicune, so I'm just going to go for a Calm Mind. If he gets the fake out on Suicune, then good for him. The worst thing that could happen is he gets a Scald Burn onto Suicune. I mean, aside from the Thunderous and the Kangaskhan, Suicune is pretty good against the rest of his Pokemon, especially seeing as he's put the Rain up. Yeah, oh, well, he goes for the safe move, goes for the fake out onto the Brillium, which is fair enough. Oh, and an Icy Wind. Because the Brillium obviously is threatening the Politoed quite a lot. Politoed is still threatened. Icy Wind is pretty interesting. But like I was saying, this Ludicolo is the problem. I'm going to aggressively target this Ludicolo. I'm going to go for a Bullet Seed on it, and I'm going to go for an Icy Wind of my own. He might switch to Politoed out here. He might switch to Politoed into Thunderous because this Suicune setting up, or protect it, because this Suicune setting up is a problem for him. Yeah, so nice. Bullet Seed, only 2 hits, which is unfortunate. Yeah, that is unfortunate because it means that it's not in Mach Punch range now. And it would have been really nice to, get the damage on there. He's probably going to Giga Drain the Suicune, actually. So I'm going to Spore the Politoed slot and go for another Icy Wind. Another Icy Wind puts the Ludicolo at neutral speed anyway, but I think he'll Giga Drain the Suicune here just to get some of his HP back. So I suppose Suicune is pretty good against rain. I mean, it is sitting in front of a Ludicolo here, but at +1, I don't know, if he goes for a Giga Drain, we'll see how much it does. I would expect a Giga Drain would probably do about 30%, 30-35% at +1 like this. That's my guess. So I kind of want him to do that just so I can see how accurate my guess is. Oh, 38%. So nice. So again, my prediction does, you know, come true. And I get the speed drop onto the Ludicolo. So that is now at neutral speed. Breloom will outspeed it. I can go for a Bullet Seed onto it. And the question is, do I Calm Mind again, or do I go for an Icy Wind? I'm going to go for an Icy Wind, just in case he brings anything else in, like the Thunderous. He might not expect an Icy Wind now, because there isn't really any need for me to go for an Icy Wind against these two. And he's just forfeited. That's excellent. So, you know, I suppose it would have been nice to play out the rest of the game, but I think I handled these two pretty well, actually. I predicted each turn quite nicely as well. So, as you know, if you watched yesterday's video, I started off saying that I was pretty skeptical about this version of the team. I didn't really like it too much. You know, Ben, if you're watching this as well, then you know that I didn't like this version. But it's actually growing on me. It really is growing on me. Okay, so we've got a pretty. I mean, this is standard now. This is similar to. I mean, this is exactly the same as Ray's team, apart from he's got Rotom Wash instead of Thunderous. But let's see how it plays out, because teams like this are tricky. Because it's got the presumed Scarf on the Landorus and Trick Room onto Gardevoir as well. Amoonguss might be a little bit of a problem. Although I have got Substitute with Metagross here. Metagross is quite nice here. Although I do have to worry about Heatran and Rotom Wash. So I'm going to go with Breloom and Metagross. And I think like Suicune's been doing so much work for me. I do like Suicune here as well. But the Amoonguss is giving me headaches. So I might go for the Rotom, but his Rotom might be a bit of a problem then. But none of these really that good against Rotom, so I'm just going to go with Rotom Heat. And, you know, let's play it out, so here we go. Brilliant Metagross, Tyranitar, and Heatran. Okay. So, the question is, does his Heatran have safety goggles? If it does, and I Spore it, then that's definitely not very good news for me. But if I do get the Spore off, then I'm actually pretty, you know, sitting here pretty nicely. I mean, he could just protect with the Heatran. If he protects with Heatran, then I will know that it doesn't have the goggles. Tyranitar could be Scarfed as well. Scarfed Tyranitar is knocked out in one hit by a Mach Punch. I think I'm actually just going to go straight for a Mach Punch onto this Heatran. And I'm going to Mega Evolve and go for a Substitute here. So, no, like, predictable Protect here. Okay, so he didn't Protect with Heatran. He might have the goggles on the Heatran. Okay, so if he crunches here, then I'm down. Okay, Ice Punch. There was no need for him to Ice Punch there because obviously Breloom was going to go down to the sand. He should have really just crunched Metagross, but if he had done that and I'd just protected with Metagross, which is the pretty obvious move, then that would have not looked very good on him. Now, Rotom, how fast is this Rotom compared to Heatran actually? 138 I've got this at. Heatran go to, I don't know, it's space 77, isn't it? So it's over 100, yes. I mean, Smeargle is 75, and that gets up to 139. So maybe this Rotom could do with a bit more speed. And just in case it is timid. But okay, it's not timid because Metagross used Substitute first. So I'm expecting Rotom probably will outspeed the Heatran here. I don't want to bring the Suicune in because it will be slower than the Heatran, and it's a pretty obvious Protect on Metagross. Although, I don't know, maybe I don't know. The Landorus switching is quite obvious as well. You know, I'm going to put Suicune in, actually. Just because if I bring the Rotom in, then his Landorus is just going to get baited out. Now, I don't really want him to, you know, get an Intimidate onto Landorus. I don't think I'm going to have too much to say about it, but I'm going to go for an Icy Wind and a Protect. An Icy Wind in case he brings the Landorus in, but also because if he doesn't go for a substitute with Heatran, which I'm kind of fearing a little bit, I can get the speed drop on it and then knock it out with a Scald next turn. So I don't think... Okay. Oh, Rotom Wash. Okay, right. I see what he's done. Yeah, so he does protect with... I mean, Tyranitar hasn't really got much mileage sitting in here, really. But Metagross is not in the best of situations because it's probably going to get burnt now. Tyranitar might switch out to Heatran, maybe. Because the thingy is quite obvious on it. I don't think he will go for a Will-O-Wisp onto Metagross because I have shown substitute. But I'm going to go for a Calm Mind and I will just substitute again. I think I'm behind in this game. I'll let Brillium go down. Although I would say I don't think I had much choice, but maybe I did. I mean, of course I had choice. I suppose the Ice Punch onto that slot covered potential switching for something else as well. What can I have switched into that? I don't know. But yeah, Thunderbolt. Okay, so he hasn't protected with either of these. Suicune is faster than his Tyranitar, which is quite interesting. Thunderbolt. Oh, that still does a lot of damage. And a Crunch there, so he's not messing around. He's just he's not messing around at all. Yeah, I think I've lost this game already. So I'll analyze this later, but this hasn't gone well for me. So I don't know, some food for thought here, I guess. A Crunch will probably knock Metagross out here. Don't know. He might protect with Tyranitar, but if he's smart, I'll just go for another Crunch on it. But I need to get a flinch on this Rotom, really. If I get a Scald Burn onto Tyranitar, then I think it can probably survive a Crunch, but it could have Lumberry. Oh, so he does protect. I almost scalded the Rotom as well. But okay, so he just goes for a straight Thunderbolt onto the Suicune. So I mean, I'm not in the worst of positions, even still, because I did get that Mach Punch onto the Heatran on the first turn. I knew that I needed some damage onto the Heatran, but I can... See, I'm just worried about this Landorus, because I can Thunderbolt the Rotom, and well, does an Iron Head even knock out Tyranitar? Like, it might not even knock it out. And you could go for a Rock Slide here. So I'm just going to Iron Head. If I do Iron Head, it might knock it out. It might flinch him as well if it doesn't knock him out. So, depending on what his last Pokemon is, if his last Pokemon is Gardevoir or Amoonguss, I'm still in a decent position. But if it is Landorus, then I'm not in a great position. Okay, there's the Iron Head. Is he going to flinch? I need the flinch here. Okay, no flinch. Oh, but he misses the Rotom. So, channeling my my misfortune from yesterday's video with all those overheat misses. But we'll see maybe now what his last Pokemon is. A Rock Slide. Okay, so it is Landorus. So I think I've lost the game now. Because, I mean, if he goes for an Earthquake, then he's going to knock out his own Tyranitar. But, I don't know. I'm going to go for a Hidden Power Ice onto this Landorus. And just protect, really, and hope for a survive with the Rock Slide. Or from his... I don't know. He can't Earthquake because he's got his Terrakion out there, his Tyranitar out there. So I'm gonna hope that he Earthquakes and protects his Tyranitar or switches it out, and I can hopefully, yeah, nice one. Hopefully, if he, okay, so he didn't Earthquake, but hopefully if I don't flinch here, I can get this knockout onto Landorus. Nice. So, you know, for for a game that seemed so dire. Like, even I thought if he had Landorus in the back, I thought I'd lost this game. But actually, like, I'm I'm dumbfounded in a way. I did get a bit lucky because I avoided that rock slide with his Tyranitar. So he said, you know, this ticklish steak. Hello, ticklish steak. He said that he was a big fan, so he must watch my videos. So if you watch this back, then you know I do concede that I did get lucky with that rock slide miss. But you know that's Pokemon, isn't it? Yeah, maybe if you saw yesterday's video, you can sort of you know see why I don't feel too bad about that. But I don't know. Let's get this done. So again, like another game that I've actually managed to squeak out a win from. Is Rotom faster than his Rotom? It should be, because mine is pretty offensive. Yeah, nice. So you know, let's get into one more. The last two videos are uploaded. We've had a trend of winning the first two games and then losing the last one due to some ridiculous amount of something or other. So maybe the tradition will continue. Let's see. We've got a very interesting looking team. Okay, so Trick Room is a bit of a problem for the original version of this team. Now this version has got a bit more bulk to it, I suppose. Only a little bit more bulk to it, but it's got more Protect. Suicune has got Protect where Cresselia didn't. Rotom has got Protect where Thundurus didn't. So maybe I can kind of stall some turns out a little bit more. And this guy knows it's me as well, so hello. Hello, LeBron Ronaldo HD, the high definition version of LeBron Ronaldo. Again, I don't know how this is going to fare against Trick Room. His only means of getting Trick Room up is his Cresselia. Now on the other team, Scizor would be quite nice here actually, because I could just start setting up sword stances and only really fear the Camerupt. Because I can knock off and bullet punch the Sylveon. Metagross can't do that, although it can substitute. So I'm tempted to lead with Metagross and Breloom, am I? Let's go with Breloom and Metagross. I do want Suicune here, and I do want Rotom as well, because that Ferrothorn I think is going to be a little bit of a problem. So yeah, sorry, you know, I'm putting the timer on you. But you know, we are how far are we in? We are approaching 18 minutes into this video now, and I want to get on with it. So yeah, he might, like, I'm worried about the final Gambit here. I don't want him to just final Gambit the Metagross. Staraptor tend to be choiced. So, I don't know, I could, like, he might just go for a Brave Bird onto the Breloom. But, or a U-turn maybe. So this is, I'm actually just going to go for a double protect again. I really don't like double protecting, but maybe I don't have too much to lose here, apart from letting him just get a free switch into Cresselia. Okay. So, he does have Final Gambit. Okay, that's nasty. What is Staraptor's HP? It goes up to 192, doesn't it? And that's exactly what Suicune is. Metagross. Okay, so he's got a Final Gambit KO on one of my Pokemon, and I can't stop that. Really, I would rather he knock out Breloom, but like the way you brought Cresselia in as well, it might have the goggles on it or a Lumberry. So I don't know. I don't feel like I'm in a very good position here. This Final Gambit. Oh, this is annoying. Maybe I need to put some more HP into Suicune. Just because I've got like an interesting kind of spread going on. Well, I'll say interesting. I'm sure I calculated some things against it, but maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, so we've seen Scrafty. Maybe I can let Metagross go down. I don't know. Metagross is only good against Sylveon, really, and we know he's got Scrafty in the back. So if he's got Ferrothorn, I want to keep Rotom. If he's got Sylveon, I want to keep Metagross. And if he's got Camerupt, I want to keep Suicune. So I need to decide which one has he brought against me. Has he brought the Ferrothorn or the Camerupt. I think he will have brought the Camerupt, so I don't think he's got either of these. So I'm going to let the Rotom go down. Okay, I'm going to Spore the Cresselia just in case it doesn't have goggles. I'm going to let the Rotom go down. So a lot of deliberating over this turn. But, yeah, okay. But, you know, has he got goggles? Or a berry? No, he doesn't. Okay. But, I'm going to bring Suicune in now, because he's probably going to bring Scrafty in for another Intimidate. I don't want Metagross to get intimidated. Obviously, this is threatened by a knockoff as well. Now, I did... Yeah, Scrafty. So, my guess is he's got Camerupt in the back. But, I don't know, we'll have to see. I'm expecting this Scrafty to have a Lumberry, but I'm just going to go for a Spore on it. I just want to burn the Lumberry, basically. If he goes for a Fake Out on Breloom, then that's fair enough. I'm not too bothered about that because I get a free Calm Mind with Suicune. If I burn the Lumberry, then I can potentially Spore it again in the future, or I can potentially... Okay, so it doesn't even have Lumberry. It might have Assault Vest on it then. Or I can get a Scald Burn on it in the future. So, just, you know, thinking my ways around winning this game. I am going to... See, Breloom is at -3 now, so a Mach Punch even now won't do too much damage to Scrafty. So I'm going to bring Metagross back in, and I'm just going to go for a Scald onto Scrafty. At +1, it should be taking Hyper Voice is quite nice. My only worry now is if he's got Ferrothorn in the back. I don't think he will have brought Ferrothorn, but I don't know. Knock off onto Suicune, that's pretty unfortunate actually, because Leftovers is, because I don't have Rest on this, Leftovers was Suicune's only way of recovery. So he's probably just going to go for a knockoff again onto Metagross, but it's not going to do too much damage to me, really. I'm going to Protect and just go for a Scald onto Scrafty, because I could potentially get the burn. And, okay, ooh, Super Fang. And Sunny Day, okay. Well, that weakens Scald's power, but unfortunately it doesn't make the burn chance a bit higher. So we saw through Metagross's Protect there, so, you know, good on him. Super Fang, that's interesting. I'm going to go for a Substitute this turn, though. And is Scrafty in Mach Punch range? I'm not sure it is yet. So I'm going to go for one... Is it in Iron Head range? I don't know. Like, I was thinking I could go for a Skull to burn this Cresselia, but maybe it would be better to keep it not stated so that I can Spore it again in the future. Yeah, I'm gonna... Ooh, Helping Hand and Drain Punch. Okay. Ooh, well, that didn't work out too nicely for me. But we've got 2 more turns of Trick Room left. Both of these do have Protect, so I can burn 1 more turn of Trick Room. But if he has got Camerupt in the back now, like I thought he might do, then I can Spore it if we're out of Trick Room, and Bullet Seed does do a good chunk to it. I suppose Zen Headbutt will do a chunk to it as well, but I don't know. I'm going to Iron Head the Scrafty here, and I'm going to Protect with Breloom. Okay, so that's 1. Yeah, nice one. Because that also means Scrafty should be in Mach Punch range for next turn, so he can't double target Breloom. So I am going to, yeah, just going to Mach Punch the Scrafty and just get an Iron Head onto the Cresselia. It is Camerupt, okay, and that did a lot of damage to it. Okay, Ice Beam, he can't freeze me because he set the sun up himself. Now, looking at that Mach Punch damage, Zen Headbutt should knock the Camerupt out here, shouldn't it? Shouldn't it? Because the last thing I want is him getting Trick Room off. Because if he gets Trick Room, then he's won. So I'm just going to Zen Headbutt the Camerupt and Spore the Cresselia. It does get bulkier when it Mega Evolves, but again, my inexperience using Metagross here, I don't know if this will knock it out. I'm hoping it will. Mach Punch did a lot of damage to it, and Mach Punch is pretty weak. I mean, Metagross has got tough claws and, you know, a pretty hard psychic head that it can headbutt things with. But yeah, he Protects. That's fair enough. I think he had to do that. Well, I don't know actually. I think he might have had to have got an Avoid there. but I'm gonna Iron Head the Cresselia, and I'm gonna, like how much damage will a Bullet Seed do to Camerupt? Because we saw we can't use this calculation because that was not Mega Form. So Cresselia's got a 1 in 3 chance of waking up. If it does wake up, it's got a 1 in 3 chance of flinching. And so I'm just going to go for a Spore on Camerupt, just to make sure that I know it's not moving this turn. Yeah, okay. I thought he might have done that. If he wakes up here and gets Trick Room off, then I'm still not in a very good position. He stayed asleep. Nice. Okay. So now I'm just going to Iron Head the Cresselia and Bullet Seed it. And I think I should have won this game. I think. Not counting any chickens just yet, but I think I should have. So, yeah, Scrafty can't wake up this turn. Oh, and a critical hit. Okay, well, that just makes things a little bit quicker. And another critical hit. I don't think that didn't matter, because the combination of Iron Head and Bullet Seed would have knocked the Cresselia out. Yeah, well, it didn't. I don't think he could have won either way, but, you know. There we go, and I am interested to see if the Zen Headbutt knocks the Camerupt out. So, you know, please don't forfeit. I want to see this. So I'm just going to Spore it. It does knock it out. Okay, so I would have been safe to just Zen Headbutt it that last turn as well. So, thankfully, woo, third time lucky, third video in a row, and we don't lose on the last game. So, thanks for watching this, guys. I'm intrigued with this team. I'm liking this team now. So, you know, maybe I'll start hiding it from you. I don't know. But thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. You know, again, thanks for you know, sticking around. Thanks for staying subscribed and watching my videos. You know, please like and share and all the rest of it. If you're not subscribed, then please feel free to subscribe if you like the video. But thanks for watching, guys, and goodbye for now.